Welcome back, wanderers. The light of creation has flourished, but even divine radiance cannot exist without its reflection. Now, witness the first war ever fought, the war of eternity. The stars trembled. The heavens, once radiant and eternal, had become a battlefield soaked in sorrow. Light and darkness no longer fought for purpose, they fought for survival. The rulers, fractured after the fall of the Absolute Being, waged their war not for divine command, but for the remnants of belief. And in their endless pursuit of purity, they forgot the warmth that once guided them. Ashborn had vanished into the void, his wings devoured by the shadows he had embraced. Yet the memory of his defiance lingered like a forbidden prayer, echoing through every realm. In the heart of the celestial plane stood the sanctum of Lumina, the last bastion of the rulers, light. Its towers reached beyond the clouds, woven from threads of holy fire. Beneath its luminous spires, rulers gathered, weary, scarred, uncertain. Legia stood before the council, his once golden armor cracked, his halo dimmed. Around him, 10 of the remaining rulers formed a circle, silent, their wings folded as though mourning their own divinity. Legia spoke, his voice steady yet shadowed with doubt. The darkness spreads faster with every realm that falls. Antares devours creation, and Ashborn, our fallen brother, commands shadows in his name. Radier replied, his tone heavy. He does not serve Antares. His power grows apart from the monarchs. It is said his shadows do not consume, they protect. Mortals whisper his name as if he were a god of mercy. The chamber trembled with murmurs. Mercy. From one who betrayed the light. Another ruler spat. He abandoned us. Legia's eyes darkened. He abandoned the Absolute. And in doing so, he may have doomed us all. Yet within those words lingered something else, a quiet envy. As eons burned away, the war took its final form. The monarchs had conquered half of existence. Their armies crawled across galaxies like living storms. The light of the rulers flickered, dimming beneath the weight of despair. Legia's resolve hardened into something colder than faith. He looked upon the remaining rulers, his kin, his soldiers, and saw not hope, but fear. He raised his sword, the blade of Genesis, forged from the first breath of the Absolute. We will not fade, he declared. We are light itself. And light does not kneel. The rulers roared as one, the dying thunder of gods. And so began the fall of heaven. The skies bled. The sanctums of light burned like collapsing suns as the monarchs descended. From the abyss came Antares, his wings woven from the corpses of stars. His eyes gleamed with molten fury. Your creator is gone, Legia, he thundered. You serve nothing but your own arrogance. Lay down your blades, and I shall grant you an end worthy of gods. Legia answered, his voice calm yet defiant. If arrogance is to believe that light still matters, then I accept it gladly. Their clash shattered creation. Every swing of Legia's blade split the void in two. Every beat of Antares's wings birthed tempests of fire and ruin. The rulers descended beside him, their light cutting through the endless dark. For every monarch that fell, 3 more rose, hunger given form. Radier fought upon a world of glass and flame, his wings torn and burning. The light is dying, he whispered. And yet, the stars still shine. He smiled through blood and ash. Perhaps, that is enough. And in the distance, beyond the warring skies, Ashborn watched. He stood upon the remains of a forgotten world, its oceans of shadow stretching endlessly beneath him. Around him, countless silhouettes knelt, beings of darkness bound to his will, yet uncorrupted by hatred. They waited, silent as death. Ashborn's armor was neither gold nor black, but something between, the hue of twilight. His eyes were calm, burdened by eternity. The balance is failing, he murmured. Light cannot win. Darkness cannot die. A voice rose behind him, soft, solemn. One of his shadowed generals, once a monarch of despair. Then let it all end, my lord. Let creation be remade in stillness. Ashborn closed his eyes. No. The Absolute's mistake was to create only one truth. I will not repeat it. He raised his hand. Shadows gathered, swirling like a vast ocean around his feet. If neither side can rule. His gaze turned upward, toward the heavens aflame. Then I shall become the end that binds them. Ashborn rose. Through the torn veil of creation, he ascended toward the battlefield of gods. The rulers and monarchs halted as his presence filled the void, heavy, silent, infinite. Legia's light faltered as he saw him. Ashborn. Antares snarled, his dragon eyes narrowing. You dare stand between us again. Ashborn's voice was calm, like a whisper that silenced storms. I stand not between you. I stand above this cycle. The stars dimmed as shadow and light folded around him. His power was not flame nor void, but the perfect harmony of both, the equilibrium of existence itself. Enough, he said. And creation obeyed. The flames of war froze in place. Monarchs and rulers found themselves unable to move, their power bound by something beyond divine command. Even Antares staggered beneath the weight of that presence. Ashborn spoke again, his voice echoing across time. For eons we have fought, believing in absolutes. Yet the absolute itself is gone. It was not divinity that gave us purpose, it was our choice. Legia struggled to speak. You would end all that we are. Ashborn looked at him, sorrow in his gaze. I would preserve what we might become. He spread his wings, one of light, one of shadow, and the universe trembled. From his essence poured forth the realm of shadows, a sanctuary between existence and oblivion. Into it, he drew the souls of the fallen, monarchs and rulers alike, not to destroy, but to give them peace. Antares roared in defiance, his form breaking apart as Ashborn's power consumed him. You cannot erase me. Ashborn's reply was gentle. You were never meant to be erased, old friend, only understood. And with that, the dragon monarch's flame went out. When the dust of eternity settled, silence fell again. The rulers lay broken, their wings dimmed, their thrones shattered. Legia stood amidst the ruin, staring at the vast emptiness that had once been heaven. He looked toward Ashborn, who now sat upon a throne of twilight in his realm. Was this your salvation? Legia whispered. Ashborn's voice echoed faintly, calm and tired. No salvation. Only balance. Radir approached, placing a hand upon Legia's shoulder. He is right. Perhaps our light burned too brightly. Perhaps, it was never meant to last forever. Legia's gaze softened. And what of us now? Ashborn looked at them one last time. Guide those who come after. Let humanity inherit what we could not understand. The rulers bowed their heads, their forms dissolving into rays of light that scattered across the cosmos, seeds of hope hidden in the hearts of mortals. Ashborn turned away, his eyes closing. Rest now, for the age of gods is over. And so, heaven fell. The war of eternity ended not with victory, but with understanding. The rulers became memory, their light echoing in every act of courage, every spark of compassion born in mortal souls. Ashborn remained, the eternal guardian, the shadow that protects the fragile flame of life. His name would fade from history, remembered only in whispers and dreams. Yet whenever humanity stood between despair and hope, his power stirred once more. For he was both the darkness and the dawn. The balance. The end, and the beginning. And so, the skies burned for 1,000 years, and the rulers, light met the monarchs, endless night. But from their clash, betrayal would be born. Continue in Part 3, The Fall of the Shadow Monarch.